It's mellowing me out and making me realize I can't change the past. I didn't do anything wrong. Even if I think there's other things I could have done, more things I could have done, I didn't do anything wrong. So I shouldn't beat myself up.
Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
So what are we talking about today?
We are going to be talking about Forgive oil. This falls into one of the kits, the emotional aromatherapy kit. And so it comes with things like motivate, cheer, passion, forgive, console, and peace. This is one that we probably don't use as often out of that particular kit. However, we have just used this recently. My 10-year-old had learned a life lesson. She expressed her feelings that she did not agree with a teacher in a letter that she wrote to the teacher. The teacher was not happy about it and then emailed me. And then I needed to intervene before she saw this teacher later in the day. And so that it didn't turn into her coming all sassy, into the class and the teacher already being frustrated with it. And when she got home, she was very upset. She was very upset that she didn't take the time to think about the consequences of the letter. And so we talked a lot about when we write something or we're expressing our feelings, sometimes it's good to write it just to get it off our chest and then sit on it for 24 hours or so, just so that we can really make sure that it's worded well and that it says what we're trying to say without being really aggressive. And so she was having a really hard time forgiving herself. So this was one that we applied morning and night for a couple of days because she just was continuing to feel frustrated. And I think when we hear the word forgive, we often think about forgiving others, right? And so I don't know how often we use this oil to forgive others. I think that personally in this house, because I feel like a lot of that is just kind of self-reflection and time and stuff like that. I feel like we use this oil more when we need to just kind of forgive ourselves. She does not love the smell of this one. I do not love the smell of this one, but we both discussed how much we feel like it was beneficial for her. And so whether she applied it to her wrist or to the bottoms of her feet, but just to allow herself time and breath and to not have to carry that burden of shame and frustration that she was feeling. So it worked really well when we needed it, and I was very thankful to have it on hand.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that story. What's interesting is I don't mind this one. I feel like it normally just smells like trees. Mm-hmm. But today, like just sitting here with it open near my nose, I really love the smell of it today. So I'm definitely, once we finish, I'm going to go put this in my diffusers and diffuse it because clearly I need it right now. And it's interesting because I just had a really hard thing happen with my business. And I've been processing what could I have done better. And now I'm thinking, okay, I need to forgive myself and let it go. It is the past and I can't go back and fix the past. So yeah, just interesting that this oil is helping me currently.
I love that. And out of curiosity, what do you smell the most in this?
I'm not sure. It smells more like balance to me.
Oh, I don't get that at all.
So kind of like that undertone of sweetness that balance has. So
okay.
What's in the list that would make me think of that?
Okay, well, let me read it to you because I'm not sure. So spruce doesn't specify what kind. Bergamot, juniper berry, distilled lemon, myrrh, arbor vitae, Nootka, thyme, and citronella, several of which are very strong scents. Nootka is the only one that I'm the least familiar with, so I don't know how much sweetness there is in that. But juniper berry is a very sharp smell. And I feel like lemon, arbor vitae, thyme, citronella are all fairly strong smells. I wouldn't classify myrrh as kind of that sweetness, so I'm not sure.
Maybe it's the spruce.
Okay, and I do smell a little of that.
Yeah, it's just interesting because normally I just think trees, and today I'm like, no, this is balancing me. It's mellowing me out and making me realize I can't change the past. I didn't do anything wrong, even if I think there's other things I could have done, more things I could have done. I didn't do anything wrong, so I shouldn't beat myself up.
I'm so glad that we were doing this oil today, just
Yeah.
so that you could benefit from that as well. And so you can put it in your diffuser, but this can also be applied topically. And so just kind of either putting it on pulse points, maybe behind the ears, something that just kind of allows you to remember that throughout the day too.
Yeah. And this does come in different formats. So I noticed we are smelling different ones. So Heather's got the roller bottle, which has fractionated coconut oil in it. So really easy to apply topically. Whereas I have the 5 milliliter bottle, which makes it super easy to put into a diffuser. But I also could dilute this and put this on my body. So yeah, so many options.
This is one of the sun sensitive oils, probably because of the bergamot and the lemon. And so if you do put this somewhere that you're going to be out in the sun, make sure it's under clothes or something like that. You don't want to go out in the sun and then have this exposed.
Good point. Yeah. Awesome. Well, anything else on Forgive?
Again, I am glad to have it. Honestly, I feel a little bit calmer just having it open in front of me for the last few minutes. And so I feel like, first of all, you can buy this oil individually, but the kit is well worth it. So I would encourage people to go ahead and get the kit for it. And then you've got the Forgive when you need it, but the other oils in there are very beneficial too.
Yeah, totally agree. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. Go get yourself a bottle of Forgive. Maybe we all need this. And we'll have a new episode for you next week. Thanks so much.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.